My rigid nature killed my wife. I don't want pity. I want damnation, because that is what I earned. My name is Daniel Okoro. I am 40 years old, a school principal, a man once praised for his discipline. I believed in rules, order, hardness. I thought that was strength. My wife, Amaechi, is dead. She died carrying our unborn twins, and it was my fault. I regret my actions. I loved my wife, but I was so mean to her. The rigid man. When I first married Amaechi, people said we were a perfect match. She was lively, intelligent, a trained cardiologist who cared deeply about people. I was proud of her education, though I sometimes joked that her heart was too soft. I, on the other hand, believed in strictness. I ran my school like a military barracks. I demanded punctuality, obedience, excellence. At home, I was no different. I expected meals at precise times, house spotless, no excuses. The greatest mistake that cost me my wife. I wasn't violent, never hit her. In my mind, that made me a good man. I provided, paid bills, bought her a car, disputed her being a professional in her field. I was there for her financially, but emotional I wasn't there. But Amaechi used to say, "Daniel, you're too hard. You don't listen." I dismiss it with a scoff, because I don't want to answer a weak man, woman rapper. Not me. Softness spoils people. You see how these children in my school behave when you let them talk too much? Indiscipline. That's why this country is in chaos. She would sigh and shake her head. Marriage isn't a school, Daniel. She also lament, but I never gave her that listening ear. I ignored her. I thought she'd adjust. The first sign something was wrong happened on a rainy September evening. She was lying on the couch, eyes half closed, breathing shallow. Amaechi food NKO. "I'm not going to eat today, or you have prepared a better excuse." I don't feel strong. Can you give me a minute?" She responded. My face hardened immediately. In my head, you had the whole hours after closing from work. You couldn't prepare something, so few minutes can get food ready. Don't just start again. Lazy woman, always looking for attention. She flinched as if I slapped her. I didn't care. I walked into the kitchen myself, bang pot so she'd hear. Eventually she forced herself up and cooked. I never cared to look at her face, know the pain she was going through. When she served the food, her hands trembled. She had to lean on the counter. I carried my food and turned back to reply her. "You can go and rest since you like rest so much." I sneered. I didn't notice the tears. Or I noticed but didn't care. Amaka began to fall sick more often, but she would hide it from me because she wanted to please me. She will always force herself to prepare my meal or buy it before I could return. It was small things at first. Dizzy spells, nausea, loss of appetite. We didn't know yet she was pregnant with twins. One day she fainted in the kitchen. I was at work when the neighbor called me. I arrived at the clinic in anger. "Why didn't you tell me you were this sick?" "Daniel, I tried. You always call me lazy when I complain." At this point, I was still trying to prove my disciplined nature by acting up, but little conscience shut me up for 5 seconds. But then the doctor said, "Her blood pressure is high. She's anemic. She's pregnant, probably with multiples. You must monitor her carefully." Multiples? Twins? My initial reaction wasn't joy. It was irritation. Twins? Now you want to be even more of a burden. Eh? You can't even handle yourself. A cardiologist for that matter. She began crying. The doctor gave me a cold stare. "Sir, she's at risk. She'll need rest, medications, frequent monitoring, possibly bed rest. This isn't a joke." "Doctor, save your lecture. I know how to take care of my wife." We got home. I dropped the prescriptions on the table. "You're turning into one of those fragile women. Always sick." "Daniel, I'm scared." "Be quiet. Fear is weakness. I don't want children who inherit cowardice as a mother. Be strong and act and claim strong and healthy, Amaechi. She turned away, clutching her belly. Downhill. Weeks passed. Her swelling got worse. She vomited everything. She couldn't keep up with chores. Our home was no longer spotless. I couldn't stand it. I turned to a beast instead of a caring husband. Lazy woman. Even your own pregnancy you can't manage. She said nothing. I continued. I will come back from work, do the chores, cook for you, still provide for you. It is high time you know your stand. It is either you visit your parents or you pick up your pieces and continue with your duties. I can't do it for an adult. She just lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. One day my younger sister, Ngozi, visited. She gasped when she saw Amaechi. Nah, me. She's so pale. Brother, is she seeing any doctor? Ngozi, don't interfere in my marriage. This is my home and allow me to handle it the way I want. Don't bring in any suggestions. Perhaps she is a professional and knows what to do. But she looks like she's dying. Are you not looking at her? Is this the Amaechi we married, brother? You have to act fast. Act fast in what exactly? We have seen a doctor. They have certified fine. Perhaps, if she dies, it will be her fault for being weak. Ngozi slapped her hand over her mouth. God forbid. Brother, you're wicked. How could you be here watching your wife dying and you're strong-hearted to rescue her? At this point, she'd just have to leave my house. So I simply told her to leave. That night, Amaechi tried to talk to me again in a cracked and weak voice. Daniel, please, I'm begging you. Let's go to the hospital tomorrow. So they can steal my money with fake tests? You health professionals, all of you like to invent sickness so you all can get paid. Please. I'm dying. You're not dying. You're lazy. She turned her face to the wall. I went to sleep. Collapse. 2 weeks later, she couldn't stand. Her legs were swollen like logs. Her eyes were yellow. She vomited blood. Even I was scared then. I finally rushed her to the hospital. The doctor's face turned grim immediately. You waited too long. Her liver is failing. Kidneys too. The pregnancy is stressing her system. Can you fix it? We'll try. But even if we operate now, the babies may not survive. She might not survive. Amaechi turned her head weakly to me. Daniel, tell the babies I'm sorry. I wanted to shout at her to stop talking nonsense, but I couldn't. They wheeled her away. I sat in the corridor for hours trying to reason what I could have done earlier to revive the situation, but nothing seems to making sense to me. Ngozi came. She took one look at me and spat on the floor. What could be running through her mind? What have I done wrong? Who even invited her at the first place? Your pride killed her. Don't ever call me sister again. I had no words. The end. The doctor came out at 2 a.m. I'm sorry. We lost her. And the babies. My ears rang. I don't know how long I sat there. They let me see her. She was so small, so still. Her belly flat now, emptied of my unborn children. Her face was peaceful.